Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go over the NFL Thanksgiving Day games. We're going to go over the odds analysis as well as the splits. The splits are where the money is going, but first we're going to start off with the opening odds. The first game is between Chicago and Detroit, the Lions and the Bears. The Bears and the Lions. And yeah, let's get started with the opening odds. Plus 165 as you can see here, minus 200 for Detroit. Opening odds, that is. Currently, it is much higher. Detroit's a much higher favorite at minus 500 now. They started off at minus 200. Plus 385 for the Chicago Bears. The spread is at 9.5 points. By the way, these numbers here have just been reduced. These opening odds, and that's what I applied to my decodes when I connected with Gematria. 200 turns into 20, which turns into 2. Separate the integers, add them together. 1 plus 65 equals 66. And that's how we get these values up here. And let's go to the spread. Chicago is 9.5 point underdogs at minus 108 cost. Currently, it opened at plus 4, minus 4. Plus 4 Chicago, minus 4 Detroit at even minus 110 cost. Chicago's cost on the spread is minus 108 as a 9.5 point underdog. Lions at 9.5 point favorite at a 112 cost, that is 112 cost, 9.5 point underdog. Over under is at 48.5, minus 105 cost. Over under 48.5, minus 115 cost. And of course that 105, that minus 105 is a sweet spot. So just keep that in mind. All right, expected value based off these odds here, plus 385, minus 500, 20% Chicago win percentage at this plus 385, minus 500. In connection to the 385 gives the Lions an 80% chance to win, which gives them a negative $4 expected value, and that gives Chicago a negative $3 expected value at that 20% win percentage. Let's go over where the money is going. The expected value is what a bettor can expect to win or lose placed on the same odds time and time again. And the formula is right below that right here. And it's all based off $100 wagers. All right, where's the money going? The splits. Percentage of bets on the spread. That is this 9.5 point favorite Lions, 9.5 point underdog Bears. 25% betting on Chicago, 75% betting on Detroit on the spread. Percentage of money going toward Chicago is 30%. Percentage of money going toward Detroit is 70%. Money line percentage of bets. 6% going with Chicago on the betting, 94% going with the Detroit on the betting. Percentage of money, 17% going the Bears' way and 83% going the Detroit's way on the money line. Total percentage of bets. Totals at 48.5 points. Over is getting 78%. Under is getting 22%. Percentage of money. Over is getting 85%. Under is getting 15%. And of course, I always look out for that minus 105. That is a sweet spot. And in connection with the minus 108, minus 112, the minus 112 is usually a sweet spot. But not always, because of course, money line determines spreads, especially when it comes to underdogs. So just keep that in mind. Let's go on to the next one. All right, New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys. Opening money line looks like this. Plus 310 for the Giants, minus 400 for the Cowboys, and that has been reduced to the right. Currently, the Giants are at plus 156. Cowboys at minus 186. So just keep that in mind. See, notice how this has decreased significantly from minus 400 to minus 186. That was the opposite for the last game, where it started low in the opening and went super high to minus 500 Detroit. So that gives you some clue on who is going to win these games. And plus, Dallas had a huge win over Washington last week in Washington. So keep that in mind. There's a narrative to that. Plus 3.5 and minus 112 costs on the spread. For the Giants, they opened at 9 point underdogs at minus 110. Cowboys opened at 9 point favorites at minus 110 cost. Now they're minus 3.5 points at minus 108. Over under 37.5 points. Over is getting a minus 106 cost. Under is getting a minus 114 cost. One of the hardest to bet on is this minus 106, minus 114, because the percentages show it's about 48-52 difference between each of these as far as who wins more often. It's not as big as the minus 105, 115, where the minus 105 cost usually wins close to 72% of the time. So this is a little more even. All right, win percentage based off the plus 156, minus 186 for the Cowboys. That gives the Giants a 38% chance to win, and that gives the Cowboys a 62% chance to win. That also gives the Cowboys a negative $4.67 expected value. New York Giants expected value at minus 272. All right, where is the money going? Where is the money going? 22% going with the Giants on the spread. Percentage of bets, that is. Dallas, 78%. Percentage of money, New York Giants, 20%. Dallas, 80% on the negative 3.5 point spread. Money line percentage of bets, 9% betting on the Giants, 91% betting on the Cowboys. Percentage of money, 7% betting on the Giants, 93% betting on the Cowboys. Over under at that 37.5 points. Over is getting 88% of the betting, 12% going under. Percentage of money on the total, 76% going over, 24% going under. And that's how we got these values right here. They're splits. They're based off global sportsbook averages. All of these splits are based off global sportsbook averages. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's go on to the next one. Cowboys have dropped significantly since the opening odds. That gives you some idea on what will happen in that game. Cowboys went down significantly on the odds, on the money line. All right, opening money line for Miami versus Green Bay, plus 130 opening for the Dolphins, minus 160 opening for the Packers. Odds have been reduced to the right. Separate the integers, add them together. Plus 148 current money line, minus 176 money line for the Packers. And the spread is at 3.5 point underdogs, or the Dolphins at minus 120 currently. They opened at 3-point underdogs at minus 110. Green Bay opened at 3-point favorites at minus 110. Now they're 3.5 point favorites at minus 102 cost. Minus 102 cost. Over under 47.5. Minus 112 going over. Minus 108 going under. The 47.5 points. Percentage of win percentages. Let's calculate expected value, but first you got to get win percentages. Plus 148 gives Miami a 39% chance to win. The minus 176 gives Green Bay a 61% chance to win, which gives them a negative $4.34 expected value. And Miami gets a negative $3.28 expected value. All right. Percentage of splits, the splits. Where is the money going? All right. Let me scroll down. Percentage of bets on the spread. Based off the 3.5 points. By the way, picks will be filled out on the Patreon. Link is in the description and in the video. All right. Percentage of bets on the spread. 3.5 point favorite are the Packers. 42% going with Miami on the betting. 58% going with the Packers. 44% of the money going with the Dolphins, 56% going with the Packers. Money line percentage of bets, 18% going with Miami, 82% going with the Packers. Percentage of money, 9% going with Miami, 91% going with Green Bay on the money line. Total, the 47.5 points. Over is getting 76% of the betting, 24% of the betting going under. Percentage of money, 72% going over. Under is getting 28% of the total on the money. But yeah, these are the current stats as of early Thursday morning, just before the games kick off. And yeah, I will see you guys on the Patreon and in the next video. Pray every day. I've been Scott. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys take care.